It's my birthday and almost everything went wrong. My buggy broke, I had to pull a safety line, but we do our best to still have a great time. And if you watch till the end, you'll see what happens the second time I try to drive through this massive hole. Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy. We're on a trail that like 10 years ago I passed. And when I passed this trail, I was like, there is no way that's gonna be ever crawlable for anyone. Well, turns out I've done it twice, but it is sketchy. So you better hang on tight and see what happens. Funny part about this trail is it starts off like this. I mean, it looks pretty decent, but let me tell you, this is such a tease. Cause you get up this, you turn the corner, and you just found out what kind of poop you stepped in. And it smells stinky. We're starting the trail I never thought I'd be able to do! Pretty sick. Woo. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Apparently we're getting rowdy early.
It's my birthday run, and boy did I pick a gnarly one to run. The start of this trail is literally just a miniature version of what's to come. I should easily be able to walk up this, but nope, that didn't happen. After getting bound in the crack on the driver's side and throwing my passenger side way up in the air, I throw it in a front dig, turning into the wall and getting out of the crack that bound me up. It worked out like it should, leveling me out and allowing me to get to the top.
That was trickier than anticipated.
You know that easy part that I was talking about? Yeah, it gave me some grief. It means the rest of this trail is gonna be even weirder. Woo!
Chew, okay. Ugh. I just want you to know you need to watch out for snakes. Okay. Snakes are out right now, man. This is their time. So we gotta be careful walking around these parts.
Out in the desert, rattlesnakes can be where you least expect them, so it's a good idea to always keep an eye out for them. This is the top view of the last obstacle. Virgil comes up and wastes no time, throwing it into front dig and getting his tires started up the wall. Then while moving forward, he bumps it into all four, driving this line as smooth as it gets. All right, this is what I was talking about. I don't know if you see these waterfalls behind me, but there's one that is funky as all get out. The way you gotta do it, it sucks. Super technical, you gotta take the line that you would never think you'd need to take. And then behind that is one that's even freaking bigger. It's just... What we do.
Isn't the second one the one that you went, whoa?
Yeah, I did a...
Flashback.
Flashback, almost pooped my pants. Yeah, that one's gonna be a booger. You think you should go up right here? That's not the way. You'll sit there and fight yourself to death. What you don't think is that you should go up this rock behind Jess and Colby and put your tire way up there because you think it's gonna flip you. Feels like it's gonna flip you. But that's the key. You gotta get on the edge before you make the obstacle. It's wild. So cross your fingers, hope I make it, or hope I don't, if you're into that stuff. If you're into seeing me screw off, hope that I don't. Put it in the comments if you want me to screw off or make it. All right, this is what always makes me feel super nervous. The way you gotta take it is super sketchy, but don't know until you find out. We'll give it a try.
Bronson's turn.
Uh-oh, it's overheating.
right, if you've been on this channel long enough, you know that I have a fan relay issue. This gremlin has been kicking my butt ever since I owned this car. About 4 months ago, I rewired the entire system and was pretty confident that it was gone for good. But here we are. Fucking melted down again. So right now, we don't know if I'm getting power from the battery to the relay, so we're gonna have to check that, and we're gonna do something pretty cool to do that. We're gonna use one of our sweet little KC rock lights. They've got easy disconnects, so I can disconnect them, and then I can put them on the prongs, and if it lights up, we know we got power, and then we'll go from there. But check this out. All right, so here's how it goes. These things are just bolted on, and you can unbolt these little suckers. So now that it's unbolted, to keep from having to rewire things, Casey's got these sweet quick disconnects that work just like that. And then I'll pull the plastic back on this one, and then I'll be able to hit the two wires, and if this turns on, that means I'm getting power over there. And if I'm getting power, then that's not it, and we got to move forward, and it's probably just the relay, and we got to rewire the relay. But if you got KC rock lights, they're super easy to be able to use for a test light. It took me shorter than it would to dig in a bag for a light. So pro tip, use it, don't use it, do whatever you want. LEDs don't work backwards? What do you mean? Oh,
The only way your LED light pod will work is if your power's hooked to power and your ground's hooked to ground. Most lights will work either way. Your LED, if you switch it, will not light up.
The KC rock light is on and bright, so that means it's for sure getting power to the relay. We already swapped out relays and it still didn't work, so we have to cut out the connector and rewire up a new one. That temporarily solves our problems, and we button up the dash to get back on the trail. This thing has push this into place. Oh yeah, guess what? Fan's back on, and yep, it was the Amazon relay. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. Probably don't buy your relays on Amazon. Don't be a cheapie like me. And obviously order newer, better relays so I don't have this problem in the future, hopefully. I keep saying that, it keeps coming back, but give it a try. Round 2, fight!
This is a little bit nerve-wracking, just so you know. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if it portrays it in the video at all, but he's like right on that edge of like not being stable. The car's pretty stable, but it's like,
Woo, it feels light. Oh.
You're about to hit, you're like not far from this side.
Whoa.
he's lifting tire on that front driver. You can't see it, but it is literally not touching it. Fair enough.
Straighten it out. There you go, you're on it. You're good.
Yeah. Holy crap. I'm a big dude. I look small compared to this. I don't even know if I could walk up this. Might have to help Jess, the camera girl, get up this. But yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. I've done it before. Super sketchy. I'll show you last time. Almost died, didn't. Close.
Where's the sketchy part?
Sketchy part is all up on here, and I think you have to go over there even though you don't want to, or you have to like cut across, belly out, and almost slide back, but maybe make it. It's always a crapshoot on this one. All right, this is like literally my birthday run. My birthday was last week. We have a big birthday dinner to do tonight, and I don't feel comfortable with my wider freaking outside tire to outside tire. It's feeling super sketchy up here. It's probably all in my head. Those are all excuses. I should drive it, but I just didn't want to end up on my lid and not have dinner because I've got really cool people I want to have dinner with. But I'm going to use this opportunity to teach you guys, if you guys feel uncomfortable in something, never ever miss the opportunity to feel it out. So I'm not winching up unless I have to. I'm putting a safety line on there, so that way when I come up, if something does get sketchy, it's not going to flip me backwards on this rock and then cause us to lose a whole night in our dinner. It's going to go backwards. It's going to save me from going backwards, like tink, and then I'll be able to suck it in, get planted. But the whole idea is when you do this, don't just wench up because you're not learning anything from it. Hook up, tighten the slack as you go, but don't wench yourself up. That way you're still driving it and learning how to drive it. That way next time you're like, okay, that's how it goes. I don't need a line. But right now it was getting a little weird, and I felt like I was right there, but it also felt like it was about to flip over. And I don't want to flip right now before dinner. I don't want to piss off my weekend. I have a lot of things I got to do. So this is the choice I'm making. If you get in a situation, just put a safety line and get through there and learn everything you can while you're doing it. And then if you have to winch it because you can't get up, you got to winch it. This is going to be a good lesson for me and hopefully a good lesson for you guys too. The best way to crawl an obstacle with a safety line is to crawl a few feet and then suck in the slack of your winch line. By doing this, you will be able to crawl the obstacle under your own power. But sucking in the slack every few feet gives you the confidence that if it rolls backwards on you, that the line will only have a little slack and will catch you before you roll backwards. The most important advice I can give you is make sure that you learn the obstacle and take your time to improve yourself as a driver, giving you the confidence to drive the obstacle next time without the safety line. If you can't figure out the line and you gave it your best shot with the safety, the good news is your worn winch is already hooked up and you can decide when it's time to winch through. You may notice my line doesn't hardly have any slack during the safety hookup. Due to how far the winch point was, I had to improperly use my Factor 55 kinetic rope as a winch line extension, so all the slack was in the stretch of the kinetic rope. Kinetic ropes are not intended for this and can lose their elasticity over time and are not safety tested for this use. But when it's all I had, it becomes the best choice at the time. Holy crap, I probably could have driven that, but it was dicey, so it could have went either way. I'd bring that line to where it was taut, but I never really tried to pull myself. And yeah, here we are. All I do know is I'm super stoked. I'm gonna have some dinner and not be stuck on the trail till 3 in the morning.
Feel about that? Yes. Yes.
Spot's super tricky. Obviously I pulled a safety line. My wheelbase is wider. It's super it felt so much different with that wider wheelbase. Turns out when I put the safety line, there was probably a good chance I could have drove it, but didn't want to risk it. Virgil's over here. He's a little narrower. I think the rears have to come around this rock on the bottom. He stands a pretty good chance because he's narrow. Or at least I know narrower rigs can do it, but this is a sketchy obstacle. Like you are on the line of rolling and it's kind of like rolling the dice. Driver ahead. It looks good.
Yeah. Oh.
There it is, buddy.
I need a drink. Just water. Just water.
Virgil's so PG.
Dude, it was sketchy no matter what, but I think the narrow got me through. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
a better spotter than me.
I should not have put my tires so far up on the wall. I don't know why I had it in my head, but it needed to be in the crack. In my head, I'm like, ooh, I'm so much wider. I had to be on the wall. Not the case. I needed to be in the crack. Once you were in the crack, it held you. Like that was key. When I was up here, it was wanting to get light. When you were in the crack, it held you. It was super sick.
With the rear steer, because you go the wrong way, what your mind says, but you just hold until it's going to roll. As soon as it starts to feel like it's going to roll, I just go back. But just keep going the wrong way. As long as you're moving forward, you're going up.
Got a little technical roundhouse here.
Bronson just wanted to see how far I could lean over today.
Well, what do you think of
Everywhere
that?
we go, we lean.
Michelob, do your best to not leave trash on the trail. I understand if sometimes a little piece of trash falls out here or there and you don't notice it, but definitely don't throw trash on the trail.
Oh, good find, good find!
You got it!
Drop it!
can. It's a relic.
You can throw that in my trash bag.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Pick it up at wreckgear.com.
Oh, the shameless plug. One hand is difficult. There we go. Yeah. Hey, yes he did. He just went right on up. He said, I'm gonna go up the steep side, and then he did it. That's pretty crazy. I like buggy stuff. Don't forget, if you're new here, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We come out with this content pretty much every week. The only time we don't is if we gotta do some wheeling.
All right, we wrapped up that trail. We made it through. I can't say it was easy, but hey, we taught you guys how to use a safety, and that is so important. If you're on something that's outside of your comfortability, just throw a safety on there. Drive it still, so that way you learn some stuff, but don't just winch up it. If you winch up it, you didn't learn anything except that your winch works. And if you have a worn winch, you know that thing's already gonna work. So just use it as a safety, see what happens. Take some knowledge from it, and that's it for this trail. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, go to the website, support your boys at Wreck Gear.
And gals.
You thought this was over. We got a bonus line. Way early when I got this buggy, we found this line, and I had my buddy drive it, and I didn't think it was that big, and he went through it, and he fell in this hole horribly. So I'm here to get redemption for my rig and him.
All right. Ask me if I want to drive that. I don't. It's pretty crazy. Bruh, that was crazy. That's a pretty good freaking hole. I'm sure we gotta play back the first run through. It was a little rough.
Sponsored in part by Dirty Life Race Wheels, BFGoodrich Tires, Warren Industries, KC HiLites, and OnXOffroad Helmets. Best way to support this channel is give that subscribe button a little skiddly do, diddle that notification bell, give this video the fat finger, and leave a dirty little comment below. Wreck Gear now has merch and buggy accessories at wreckgear.com, so don't forget to go spend that money that mama don't know about. As always, thanks for watching.